We got a couple of good.
I'll just do my LL Cool J to the camera all the time.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Money
Excited
in
money.
the building.
Feeling good, got a little crown peach in me. You just want more cakes.
You're gonna find out. I don't know a lot about most everything. G money, right there in the middle.
Cakes. Here we go. I don't know if that doesn't get you ready for the show.
All right.
I don't know what will.
Yeah, that's pretty smooth.
That got me excited.
I'm proud of it. I mean, I didn't make the music,
No,
but we found it. We mixed it.
and we made
I
it
did
what
it.
it was.
We got some good sounds from our
You know,
shows.
The actual artist that made the song has reached out to me 3 times.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, welcome to Money and Cakes. Taking a seriously lighthearted look at the day's topics, events, stories, all that
Sometimes
stuff.
very intellectual look at life.
Well, normally it's not very intellectual. Normally it's
tried.
I go as lowbrow as I can,
I like to try.
but I would like to elevate.
Let's do it. Let's
try to
go.
elevate.
I think tonight's topics are gonna take us to that next level.
Can
really think
can
so.
I be funny? Can I do elevated funny, or can I only do lowbrow
We
funny?
gotta remember, we're not comedians. We just sometimes
Just
say stupid things that make people laugh.
Or stupid things that make people mad, and then I cut those out in post, so you'll never know.
You would never know.
But all you guys in the audience know, so don't tell them.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
All right.
So you gotta just,
right.
what, if the shoe fits,
Did you have a good week?
you must have quit. Huh? It actually was a really good week. It was busy. Man, I actually bought some stuff. So you might remember back in, I don't even know if it was like episode 1 or how far back it was. Doesn't matter. But I told you that I wanted to learn American Sign Language.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
I have finally took the initial steps of learning. So I bought flashcards.
Okay.
I'm a very visual person. So for me to see it and then be able to read it, I think that's going to be my best way to learn. So those are in the mail. Hopefully they show up in the next couple of days. That's what I plan to do with some of my free time because it's something I've always wanted to do. But I'm finally like, you know what? I'm going to step out the box. I'm going to try something new.
What compels you to want to learn ASL?
I don't see it commonly used, and I just seen so many impactful videos of people in situations where they've come to the rescue. And it's not that I want to be that person, but it's just always something I like. I can learn Spanish, I can learn French, I can do it. That's just what calls me, So I wanna learn.
Good on you. Good on you. Yeah.
I'm trying.
It's interesting you say that because I just actually purchased Rosetta Stone.
For what language?
All of them.
That's weird. What?
All of them. The app.
Did
you
they
can
come
buy,
to your door and be like, "Hey, we got the whole collection for
Yeah, and all I have to
5
do
easy
is move
payments
to
of-"
Utah, and then it's like I go into this temple and I learn all the languages.
As long as you get
Or
a free
maybe
robe.
it's Hollywood and I go into the temple, but that will link up later.
Or he's gonna edit it out and post
No. I was, I dabbled around in some of the language learning apps like Babbel and Duolingo.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Rosetta
and
Stone,
well, I
okay.
I googled best language learning apps because I played with the other ones and I don't know.
Okay.
So I read the reviews and it turned out that Rosetta Stone came out on top. And it's all online, it's all app-based, right? So if you recall back in the day when they were, promoting Rosetta Stone on the television, it's expensive
Oh,
for
my
one
goodness.
language.
Right? It's like the encyclopedias.
Or you go to the bookstore and they have the Rosetta Stone.
Right?
What it
Big
was
yellow box. Yeah,
expensive.
I remember that.
I got it for $180.
Yeah.
Every language, lifetime access.
$180.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
That's
crazy.
amazing considering, and that's what technology has done.
Yeah.
Like literally, all they have to do is they develop the program, so there's
Right.
the costs, keeping the app up to date. So they got tech teams.
Right.
I don't know if they have to develop any more materials, maybe do more languages, whatever.
A few. I don't know.
But it's that great because they don't have to package. There's
No, I
no
like
packaging,
it.
no
I like it.
shipping.
I
It's
like
just there on the interwebs.
I like it.
And Spanish because I speak. Need to get fluent.
There you
to
go.
get back to
Look
fluent.
at us.
And then I'm going to move on
Growing.
to French, maybe Portuguese or Italian next. all the romance languages because,
Because he's back on the market, ladies.
That's right. You
can
can find
find
me
Cakes.
on all the top 10 dating
thought it was
sites.
15.
Silver singles. Adult friend finder. Tinder.
Definitely a dope friend finder. But if you want to skip all that, you can find it at his OnlyFans account.
Yes.
I'm just saying, Straight Cakes. What is the name again?
I think Straight Cakes is actually a good name for
Isn't
it.
that bad? Straight Cakes.
Just Straight Cakes.
Just as soon as you see his profile picture, it's just that.
But So yes, I got that. I got that language learning app, and I'm going to start with it. Just amazing deal. I recommend it.
Try something.
So
new.
you know what?
Too late.
Yeah,
We're old dogs, but we could still learn a few new tricks.
And this is cool. You might like this. I also joined a boxing gym. Gym. I went a couple times this week.
Already?
Working the heavy bag,
even
working the
say
speed
nothing.
bag. Well, I was saving it for the show. Yeah.
This guy, we got his
Worked with a
secrets. Like, is that
trainer.
what we're doing throughout the week?
Yeah.
We just got our little
So
random
I've got
secrets?
in there and I hit the heavy bag, worked
Yeah.
the speed bag a little bit. I'm not that good. Some of the other things.
Just getting
I got in the ring. Did
I'm
a
sorry
few
if that,
rounds.
if that movement, because I know I'm not professional, probably offended the two boxers that watch this, but
Yeah, got in the
Look
ring.
at that. With a real person?
Well, no.
What?
I joined the Delphi Boxing Academy.
No, but in the ring, were you in there with someone else, or were you just shadow boxing?
This is on the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh, Jesus.
This is virtual reality, my friend.
If he would have said he was playing like Creed or something, then I would have been like,
That's what I'm playing, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to hope you'd get it when I said the Delphi Boxing Academy. Because
No.
that's Apollo Creed's
Is
gym,
that
man.
Oh, MG. He had me going. Oh my gosh, he had me going. Wow. That was elaborate.
Yeah, man, I've been working on that one.
That was elaborate. I'm over here all like, this man is doing big things.
But you know what, though? It's actually a good workout.
It is actually. So I played it on
Yeah.
the PlayStation VR. I was drenched in
Yeah,
sweat.
it's a good workout.
And then half the time, I kept getting twisted around. And what's his name? Drogo was like hitting me in the back of my head. I'm
Yeah.
just like, how do you turn around? And my friend's like trying to shuffle me around and make sure I didn't fall on his couch and stuff. And I was like, that's an intense workout.
Well, even just being in the gym where you're hitting the heavy bag in virtual reality, so you're not hitting anything, but it's
motion.
right there.
Yeah, it's still the
And
motion.
So you stop at the bag, and you're hitting it, and you're doing you're still working the speed bag. Not quite as realistic with the speed bag.
Not quite.
Because I have
'cause it's
hit bags.
Nothing like it, but yeah.
I've done all that stuff.
It counts, so I'll give you that. I'll give you
But
that.
it's fun. It was cool. And it's like, I was like, this is a good workout.
That's pretty good.
Good workout.
I liked it. I liked it. But before we go any further, I have to shout out this week's T-shirt. I have to.
I was
because
gonna
this
get
is
that,
something-
bro, but
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know.
But you know what?
I'm
You know what,
skipping
though?
ahead. I'm like,
You know what, though? There's nothing funny, bad, or sassy I can say about that T-shirt.
there's nothing bad or sad. I'm gonna move
What
my
I-
drink so that the audience can get all of this greatness, all of this deliciousness. So this is one of Dubtown's newest teas, representing, of course, Renton, but all of Washington State. Because if you know the colors, which I know you do, we are representing the Seattle Supersonics. Not Sonics, that was like 96. Super Sonics. Originals.
Yeah.
Because I am, not named after him, but, one of the greatest Black Garys of all time was on the Seattle Supersonics. He put us on the map. There's like 5 of us in the world left.
Gary
He put
Kemp.
us on the map.
Gary Kemp was the best.
Gary. I thought he was going to be like Gary Shrimp or something. I'm telling you, Gary Payton
Yeah,
put us
Payton.
on the map. Thank
Yeah,
you,
Payton
Gary
was
Payton. I went to like 3 of his basketball camps when I was
glove.
a kid. Still got the pictures. Yeah, the glove, man. I my whole game was based off of Gary Payton. My trash talking was based off of Gary Payton. I was ready for Jordan based off of the training I did with Gary Payton. Those one-on-one sessions at his personal court in Oakland got me to where I am today.
Now,
Not in the NBA. I tried though.
Okay, now
I got
I-
bad knees. I got bad
no,
knees. I tried.
I kind of zoned out at some point in that conversation when you just had. And now I'm just curious, like, because I was like, were you playing the NBA NBA and basketball game where you're like getting cut. Yeah. Anyway.
No, I actually
You
like
actually went to
that
the
was
camp?
like one of the coolest things I think I did.
That's cool,
when I was
man.
there. I actually went to like 3 of his camps.
Nice.
I think he had them at like Rainier Beach Community Center or something like that.
cool.
You know, I'm from Beacon Hill though, so we representing. So we were in someone else's hood. I mean,
What part of Beacon Hill
we
did
had
you
to
live
show
in?
him what's up.
What part of Beacon were you at?
You know, it's close to the golf course, Jefferson Golf Course.
Oh, okay, so you're up in the north end. Okay.
I don't know if north end. Yeah, I guess it was kind of
because
north
that's
end of
kind of
Beacon
where the
Hill.
Beacon Hill
True.
ends.
It was a big deal to be from like Beacon Hill and then be in the south end of Seattle. It was like East Coast, West Coast, but in the same city, same district type deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't the best beef ever, but you know, we had beef.
Like Beacon, South
you know,
Seattle.
but
Like your
you know,
Beacon.
that's how we settled our differences. It wasn't with the guns.
on the court.
It was on the court
Meet you on the court.
with the basketball.
Basketball.
I'm telling you, you know, we had to represent. So yeah, but his camps were so awesome. Learned a lot.
All right. Well, you know what? Gary Payton influencing G Money.
The number one Gary or Black Gary in the
We
world.
can't forget
In the world, Craig.
Gary Busey. I don't know if that's the number one white Gary, but I, mean,
I don't think you guys wanted to claim Gary Busey as the number one white Gary.
We've talked about Garys, the good Garys and the bad Garys. Now, we also are going to talk about the Battle of the Toms.
And this goes with some of your training that you've been doing apparently this week. We're about to box it out.
Okay. Now, I am not on any side, really. So this
And
is...
that defeats the whole point of the fight.
I know,
But
well,
literally,
no.
we're supposed to be fighting.
No.
We're
Okay.
supposed to be fighting.
All right.
But before we do, you, the audience, need to chime in. As we battle this out and defend our Tom, I need to know which Tom you're rooting for in the comments. Like, just let me know. Because there's only two. There's only two. And we're talking about Hollywood celebrity Toms. Not your uncle. Not your cousin. Celebrity Toms. And the two we are talking about today is the most famous one, Tom Hanks, and the second famous one, Tom Cruise.
Okay. Now, I do not disagree that Tom Hanks is famous.
You know Tom
You
Hanks?
cannot deny Tom Cruise. These are world
He's
superstars.
he's up there when it comes to the Toms in Hollywood. He's up there.
Now, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, why don't we just go to their stats? Let's check out some IMDb pages.
Do it.
And I have a question I'm going to hopefully remember later.
I got nothing but Tom
Tom
Hanks
Cruise
stats
IMDb.
just billowing up in here. So many.
All right, let's
Okay.
learn about Tom Cruise
Let's
first.
do it. Hey. What do you do? 2 movies?
He likes to
Maybe
run.
3? Whatevs. Whatevs. You know what I'm saying?
All righty.
Nothing. Was he in Castaway? Nope. Didn't think so. Didn't think so.
All right.
What you got?
all
Come
right,
on now.
all
Is
right,
that bad?
all right,
Is
all
it
right.
that
Born
bad?
in
Is it Nicolas Cage
1962.
bad?
He's 5'7". And
What's his real
Oscar-less
name?
actors, you would like to?
What's his real name?
His real name is Thomas Cruise Mapother the Fourth.
You know what Tom Hanks' real name is?
Filmography, man. I mean, let's take a look here. All filmography. Actor, 51. Producer, 23. Soundtrack, 7. Director, 1. Which one do you think he directed? Oh, okay.
Top Gun.
It's a TV series, Fallen Angels. Writer of 2.
I can tell you what Tom Hanks wrote.
Well, he
Couple
wrote,
things.
he wrote Days of Thunder, 1990.
He wrote Days of Thunder. Huh?
And a story called, it's untitled. I'm not going to go. It's a SpaceX project. It's an idea. He does stunts.
He does. Okay,
does
I'll give him
stunts.
that. He does his own stunts. Like he has fallen into the realm of Jackie Chan. I give him that. Kudos to that. I'll give him that.
Okay, so actor in 52
But Tom Hanks
movies.
did his own stunts in Castaway.
He's done 8 Mission Impossibles, so
Wilson!
he has a franchise. 8 Mission Impossibles.
Yeah, but how many of them did you really want to watch?
I've only probably got. I haven't got that.
What
far.
was that?
I mean, yeah, I've watched them all. 3 times.
Ain't nobody
I've
watched all
watched
the
24 Mission Impossibles.
Oh, our audience apparently has. Whatever.
Jerry Maguire. How can you forget that one?
Show me the money. True. Okay, that was a good one. All right. I'm not okay. Let me.
No.
I'm gonna just say,
Cocktail. All right.
why'd you say it like that?
Color of Money.
Oh, you see, I just
Classic.
skipped over. He's like, I'm not falling for that trap.
Risky Business.
Risky business is good to slide in.
Now, The Outsiders. Yes. The Outsiders.
Yeah, but
Now, he's not
everybody
the
was-
star. Everybody was in The
Everybody was in
Outsiders.
Outsiders.
But Cocktail, that's like, I still talk about this one.
Danny LaRusso was in
What's
the
in a
Outsiders.
Cuba Libre? That's in Cocktail.
Oh, yeah. I learned that yesterday.
There's not a lot of ingredients in that.
Look it up.
There's 3. Rum, Coke, lime.
No.
Libre.
Google it right now. How many ingredients are in the Cuba Libre?
All right.
It's at least
What's
7.
a Cuba Libre?
No, not what's. How many ingredients are in it? You're
The
trying to...
Cuba Libre is a popular mixed drink that you may find very familiar. This simple mixed drink is similar to a rum and Coke, but the addition of fresh lime juice, which lightens up the mix and cuts through the sweetness of the cola, is
Okay.
what distinguishes it from the standard.
Google the ingredients.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Ice.
There it is.
Jesus.
That's more than 2.
All right, how
I
to
don't even
make
know how many you said, but you didn't
okay, how to
Google-
make a classic Cuba. Okay, look,
Just Google them.
how to make a classic Cuba Libre. We are off topic, man.
Well, you got me started
What's
on
in a Cuba Libre?
Danny LaRusso was in that show or movie.
I'm still just simply getting rum, Coke, lime.
You're not.
Rum,
I'm
Coke,
you know
lime.
what? Let's skip it because I know there's more.
I think you're thinking of a caipirinha.
Could be.
Yeah, I think you got your drinks mixed up, brother.
Could be. I'm a simple man.
Here you go.
I'm
Fill a highball
simple
glass
man.
with ice, add rum and Coca-Cola, garnish with a lime wedge.
That's 4 ingredients. That's
What's in a Cuba
fancy.
Libre? Anyway, Tom Cruise, classic movies. All right, so that's his IMDb. So he did like 50 some odd movies.
now go to the master.
Tom Hanks IMDb.
The master.
Okay, all right.
The king of the Toms.
All right, all right. So
The
Tom
Toms of the
Cruise,
Toms.
Tom Hanks, Mr. Thomas Hanks, born Thomas Jeffrey Hanks,
Bam. What'd I say?
Concord, California in 1956. So he's about 10 years older than Mr. Tom Cruise.
But he got started afterwards. Probably not, but
No, I don't think so. We are going to discover his credits.
there's like 300 of them. We don't got time.
93 as an actor.
Bam.
So yeah, he's definitely, and there's a couple that aren't moved there. No, just because you do,
Couple of them.
just because you do a lot.
Do you not remember Saving Private Ryan when
Quantity
he's dying?
Quantity does not always equal quality. Pinocchio, News of the World, Borat subsequent movie film,
Those are like credits. He wasn't like an actor.
Greyhound, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Mr. Rogers. I haven't seen Sully.
Didn't he win like an Oscar for that? Probably.
The Carly
Does
Rae.
he have like 20 Oscars?
He was in-
Probably. This man has a kid that looks just like him
He's got Toy Stories.
because he could.
Got Toy Stories. His son's an actor too. That's great.
The other son, though,
Castaway, of course. The Green Mile.
he's a troublemaker.
I think this is where we get to is like his classics. Is when you're at like Castaway, The Green Mile,
Those
You've
aren't
Got
his
Mail,
classics. The
Save
Burbs
It,
is
Private
like his
Ryan,
classics.
Toys, The Naked Truth,
What
Apollo
about the
13,
one when he was the captain?
Forrest Gump.
He was a
That was Sully.
Forrest Gump.
That
Don't
was
tell
Sully.
me there's not a year that goes by that I don't watch Forrest Gump at least once.
I'm not a smart man, Gary.
I know.
I've been waiting to use that in one of these shows.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know, but it was going to be in a more appropriate situation. I'll get it back.
I don't think there ever is an appropriate situation.
Oh,
in this
okay.
show. You gonna channel it? Do it.
No, just for this one movie. I mean,
Do it.
Joe versus the volcano.
Right.
Saw that in the
Exactly.
theater. That was in 1990, and I saw that in the theater. Joe versus the volcano.
Yeah.
Classic. He's got a brain
got
fog.
hits.
He's gonna die.
Right?
He
got
learns
hits.
to live. What a wonderful film. Thank you, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks has got hits.
It didn't move me as much as Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise, though.
For Pete's sake.
Just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at his arsenal, like,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
all over the board.
Yeah.
All over the board. You know what I mean? Like he's Tom Hanks. How do you not want to watch a movie with Tom Hanks?
So yeah, yeah, Tom Hanks, it's like guaranteed. I'm not disputing the fact that you would want to watch a movie
I
with
want to ask the
Tom
audience
Hanks.
by a raise of hands and then a shout, which Tom is better? Okay, that I got nothing. There it is, Tom
right.
Hanks. What about you? Tom Hanks. That is 2 for Tom
right.
Hanks.
They're two very different actors.
They
That
are.
is not the question.
If
Question
you
is
if you had
had
two
to
movies,
choose-
if you had a choice to go see two movies, one starred Tom Hanks, one starred Tom Cruise, you didn't know what they were
They're
about.
best
Who would you
movies.
choose? You didn't know what they were about, but you're like, oh, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise. I don't know what these movies are about. Which one are you going to see?
She's gonna pick Nicolas Cage.
She didn't answer. Why is she avoiding this?
I don't know. I know. This is the one time she doesn't want to say anything. I don't know.
Well, here's the one thing I want to know. If you are watching this show from an international standpoint, I want to know, who do you think is both of these names are international.
Very true.
But if I were to go to Nepal,
Random.
who do you think? Do you think they would know Tom Cruise?
I think they would just
Tom Hanks.
not care
I went
either
to
way.
Pakistan-
Like, why'd you pick Nepal?
I was just pulling some out of my butt.
Like what
What
about
about
like,
Pakistan? If I go there, they're gonna.
That's even worse. They don't even like America. Why would you like?
Who said that? Some of them don't, but
Some
some,
of
do.
them don't.
Some don't, but some do.
But why don't you say like London?
Because I'm trying to get out of the like American British cultural
But
influence.
that's where Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise.
That's what I'm saying. If
are.
you went to a place that was not so influenced, what name do you think they would know? If you go to Uganda,
LeBron James,
Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise?
Michael Jordan.
See, now you're avoiding the question because you know the answer. They're
Tom
like,
Hanks.
Tom Cruise.
Yes, it would probably be Cruise. You know why?
His
This is
action, Mission
no,
Impossible.
true, but only because they filmed there for the Mission Impossible. He's filmed that movie
Because he's an
around the world.
international super spy. Isn't that a TikTok thing?
Oh, it is.
That's my
I forgot.
fault.
We've been sorry guys. We've been down the TikTok rabbit hole.
All right. So we got two great Toms. Of course, Tom Hanks is the better actor.
That's all I want to hear. That's literally all.
They've
I wanna
both
hear.
had amazing.
Cut, show over.
They've both had amazing careers. Not hating on either of
Right,
them.
right. No, they're doing their thing. They're representing.
Tom, you do you guys have fun. Have fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would love to talk to Oprah Winfrey about that one famous episode where Tom was like, jumping on. Yeah, I want to know what she was thinking because she was like,
She was like, "This is good for ratings. Keep going,
I
Tom.
know,
Keep going.
right?
Keep
She's like,
going.
I need more billions. I need more
Good
money.
for ratings."
Yeah, I know. Hey, crazy people do that. Oh, I'm not saying he's crazy, but he's had his moments.
He is Tom Cruise, and I would have to say he was amazing in Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Okay, yes.
Didn't even know it was him.
Yes, that was one of his best performances.
Yeah, man, that whole movie. I
Just
saw
'cause
that
you
with you in the
didn't expect
theater,
it.
and you and I are sitting there, and I just need to know: do I have permission to laugh at on Robert Downey Jr.'s character? It's like, do I have permission?
That
And then once you
was
cracked
the
up,
best.
I was like, okay.
Look, once that came out, I had just this newfound respect for Robert Downey Jr. He became one of my favorite actors after Tropic Thunder.
That was some big-
You gotta have some big balls to be like, this is the script, game. And he's Iron Man at the time. You know what I mean? Like he's
got everything to lose.
But he did so well, and how they did it,
Yeah.
man, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Tropic Thunder was like an instant classic. I was like, that's it.
Yeah, that's.
That
In
was
fact,
it.
I was searching through Prime or something that came up, and I was like, oh, I should watch that. I should watch that again. Tropic Thunder.
I mean,
I'll probably laugh harder.
playing back in my mind, there's just so many moments. That
Yeah.
movie is so good. If you haven't seen Tropic Thunder, I highly recommend it.
What do you think about Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal in Tropic Thunder? Let us know.
I want to know.
Tell us what you think.
And if it's a horrible comment, I'm gonna delete it.
Nah, keep it.
I mean, oh no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep
Go
it.
for it.
I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, Lordy Lord. All right, so
But okay, so we're kind of talking about Tom Cruise. We're talking about other big actors. There was another very big action star that happened to be on one of my favorite shows,
Action star.
Friends.
Who's the action
Bruce
star?
Willie.
Oh wow, you're really reaching
You know
to
what?
connect
That's what I
these.
do. I'm bringing these segments together.
All right, Bruce Willis.
So we're talking about like famous people, but one of the
yeah.
most famous action stars who didn't want to be action star,
That's right,
Bruce
Bruce
Willis,
Willis, man.
was in Friends. And I bring that up because I recently watched the Friends reunion.
And how was it?
I still have a trouble talking about it
I haven't seen it
because
so
it's
don't
so
spoil
it's
her.
a tearjerker.
All right.
It makes you laugh. It makes you cry.
Okay.
Makes you feel like all the emotions. It was so weird because it's everyone knows what Friends is about. It's one of the best sitcoms that's ever hit the airwaves. For some reason, it connected to me. So like watching this reunion, which was like an hour and 45 minutes, it's amazing. Because like granted, like what has it been? 15 years? I think since that show. How many? 17 years. Reunion special is awesome. Now, of course, they're doing all the like sappy things where they slowly bring them onto the old set and they're like, "Oh, guys, you remember this? Where's the original teapot? Oh, I stole it."
The old set, which they had to rebuild.
Exactly, exactly. As they're watching the show, like,
Probably
that's
all,
right.
It's in
we
a
gotta do
closet.
this.
You know what I mean? It's all just in the closet.
So, but it was cool
Friends.
to like watch that and then like see them reconnect. But they actually added like it was almost like it wasn't like a variety show, but they added like little segments to it. So it wasn't just like them sitting and reminiscing. It was like they were like showcasing some of the funny costumes. They were talking about a lot of the funny moments, how they came up with just practically everything, like spot changes that were like perfect for the show, like everything. And of course, the cast is going to talk about how they were so close for those 10 years, those 10 fabulous seasons.
Who was your favorite Friends character?
Joey. Done.
No
son.
hesitation.
No, because I mean, like
Joey.
they're each classic, and that was the great thing about Friends. Like, if you actually watch every episode, nobody was above anybody in the show. Everyone had a story. Everyone was equally balanced. Now, of course, you have some episodes that highlighted like Chandler and Monica. You have some highlighted Joey and Ross, but everyone was like equal. It was like you had the ones that were your favorite.
It's a full ensemble
But
show.
it was a full ensemble show. It was an amazing show. And I have to give them credit. Like, this reunion special was good.
All right. And so the reunion special, it's done as a show, as a Friends episode.
No, so they actually touched on that.
Okay.
But
So
to do a show, they would have to rebuild their lives now. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
They would have to update
So
you after
super
15.
old
Yeah,
and,
you don't want to, or 17 years. You don't want to do that now.
Chandler
so it's
and
more.
they got some kids and
It's like they're more talking about it and just their experiences of it.
Okay.
I would have loved it to actually be like a movie that connects it all, but you would have to have a backstory. Then you have to do all the plots
it
where
would
you
take
have
a lot of
up
work.
and a down,
a
and
lot of work.
sad and happy moments. And they were just like, we want to keep all the characters where they're at and happy.
Frozen in time. Got it.
Frozen in time.
Got it.
But it's amazing.
All right.
Amazing.
Okay.
Pivot.
Friends.
Pivot. No.
See, I mean, I watched Friends, but it's like
He was a Seinfeld guy. You remember when they were battling for a while.
Yeah.
Friends beat them. Just saying, like, no offense to all the Seinfeld fans out there, because I know there's a lot more of you than Friends probably. But you got beat.
Friends syndication.
I live in a world.
I'm just curious.
I didn't even want to talk to you.
I know. Like, why don't you give me that talk? I was just like to see if like how much like syndication there's been of it. See if I could compare.
Well, it was one of those things too.
Friends
Like since
to,
it's so
to
syndicated,
Seinfeld.
syndicated. Like they were even talking on the show, like which characters had actually watched the show, or actors. And one of the things was like more than half hadn't watched the show, but a few of them. I think Joey was one where he's like his daughter was watching it and like on TBS or something, and he was like, "Oh, which episode is this?" And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "I'm gonna just watch it with you." Like it was his first time seeing it, which would be trippy to me because
Well, I mean, now it's like you battling tonight. It's the battles.
It's
It's
the battles
the
tonight.
Toms, and now it's the sitcoms. Mm-hmm. You got Friends and Seinfeld, two very different shows, both in New York.
right.
So, But Seinfeld, I felt was more in the city, more kind of like it had more of a gritty feel. I
It
think
did have more gritty feel.
but it wasn't gritty though. It wasn't gritty, but it just had more
It
of
was
that
more zany.
that
Friends
street
wasn't
feel
zany.
because they're yeah. Although it's like so their first Friends episode, they all meet up and it's a bar, right? The coffee shop's a bar. They're playing pool and it's a bar.
What?
Yeah.
That wasn't a flashback.
That wasn't a flashback. Okay, that wasn't a flashback. When they first meet there and
get
meet
that dirty hand
what's her
out of my
name?
face. What? Who?
Rachel shows up in the play.
Yep, Rachel Green.
Well, wasn't it a bar? And then all of a sudden it's a coffee shop.
I know. I think
It was a bar.
I think that was a flashback episode or something. like
Anywho.
Rachel, they hadn't met. All of them hadn't met yet.
No.
Mm-mm.
So anyway, just it was curious that they made that switch from
It's
bar
worth
to coffee
binging.
shop, and I think
It's on HBO Max. One of our.
But Friends, like there's so many seasons, so many shows, like
10
people
seasons.
just binge it and rewatch it. And
It's
rewatch.
amazing.
Same with Seinfeld.
It's
Same
amazing.
with Seinfeld.
And
It's
I gotta
like,
admit, I came into Friends like I think it was probably like 5 years in.
oh, okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It was
some
one of
catch-up.
those where I watched a couple of episodes and I was like, I like this. And then, that's back when they had DVD sets of shows. And I remember I was working night shift and I would come home and I would pop in just one DVD and I would just watch episode after episode after episode to the point where I was like, this show is it. But I got the nice part being 5 seasons behind. I was binging for like months. I was burning that DVD player up. It was awesome. But it was, that's how it got me. And ever since.
I think I related to Ross a lot, but also
That
Chandler.
makes sense. No, I can see
There was a lot of like fun fact. Like there's a lot of me like
I can
that's like
see
I do a
that.
lot of fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know? But also it's like
can
very
see that.
very Chandlery as well, because
You're very sarcastic.
I
Oh, is that not what you're going for?
yeah.
I think you.
And the little Phoebe.
I can see that too. But now that seems like you're talking about your cat because you do have a cat. Is it smelly?
No, he's not smelling.
You bathe it?
He bathes himself with his tongue.
Oh.
Cats are self-sufficient.
Smelly cat.
No, the smelly cat.
cat.
Please don't. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, remember, we're sponsored by X. So we're okay. They won't bleep this out. They won't bleep this out. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Free subscription. We're saving $15.99. I don't even know how much it is about. But, hey.
Okay.
So, if you guys are like, no.
Tell us which friend you are.
I want to know. Because there were 6 of them. And everyone, that's the great part. Everyone connected to one of the characters.
I think on Seinfeld, I'm definitely a George.
Apparently
I've
I'm
been
a
called
host,
a
so
George.
I connected with Joey, but
It's Joey, and you said it, didn't you? Say Joey was your guy. So,
not for his hoish ways.
Oh.
For his wit and his brains. Was he not the intellectual on the show?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
he had his moments. I'm just saying, Matt LeBlanc played him to a T.
Yeah, great.
To a T.
They all did well. They did what they did
Hey.
good. They did well in their roles.
They did what they
well
had
in
to
their
do.
roles.
Yeah, they did what they had to do.
And it's fun to watch a show that lasts that long and see it
Did she
evolve.
get off the plane? I got off the plane. Tear. For the Friends fans, they know what's up. They know what's up. Sorry, sorry.
Well, it's fun. You can
I'm
pull out
having
these
so many
things.
moments
Like at
right
work,
now.
it was the unagi.
Oh, right, exactly.
That was going on at
Exactly.
work, and it's just different things.
Exactly.
Um,
But hold on, I'm sorry. I know that was very. My hands are clammy too.
no, that's
but
cool, man. You can touch me.
I gotta talk about my favorite episode before we close this
Okay.
down. I have to talk about my favorite episode, or not even talk about it. Just mention it. The one with the nap. Just look it up. The writers were geniuses for that. Every moment in that episode is comedic gold.
No, it's like they napped together, right?
They
And had
napped
the
together.
best-
They started watching Die Hard.
Wanted to go
Joey
nap?
messed up. He was supposed to get Die Hard 2, but he got Die Hard 1 again. Chandler left. And then him and Ross take a nap, and Ross, wakes up first, and he's laying on Joey's chest. I don't want to ruin it for all the people that haven't seen it. I don't care what age you are. It's one of the best written episodes ever. And then it ends in the same fashion with a twist, and it's just, to this day, I can watch that episode at any time, and it's still hilarious. Like, I've never seen it before. It's the one with the nap. The one with the nap. I think it's like season 7, episode 5. Probably wrong. The one with the nap.
See, I'm impressed by folks like you who are like dedicated watchers.
Hey.
I'm always much more of a casual viewer of these things. Like I've seen probably every single Seinfeld episode, but it's like I'm just more of a casual viewer. I'm not.
I couldn't do that with Friends. It was such a great show. I was like, I'm invested. I'm a friend. I was so invested. No, I was so invested in the show that me and 2 other friends got an apartment. We all got apartments in the same building so we can be friends. And then we only hung out with one of their apartments just so we could trash it and keep ours clean.
Jesus Christ.
He knows who he is. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, Marlon.
Happy birthday. I hope you're having fun,
but it was a fun experience. Yeah. Like I actually, one of the other ones, I never even saw his apartment because he was on the 4th floor. I was on the 1st. Marlon was on the 2nd. We weren't going way up there. Like no one. We only went up there because we had a hot tub on the corner.
Did you have like one of those rooftops?
Yeah,
nice.
Nothing exciting went on that hot tub.
I did go through a period when I was watching a lot of Friends, and I knew I had a problem when I began comparing my life situations to episodes of Friends, and like, what would Chandler? I mean, right. This was like when Ross had that, and I was like, "That's fiction, sir. Right. You need to cool out." My God, dude! Like
you're like, buddy, you related. You
like
understood.
there was like some, wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have a problem.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's weird? I even
what
watch
would
them now.
Joey do?
I don't even remember. Like even watching them now, I never thought about what age they were supposed to be at that time, because they were relatable if they were in their 20s, but they were relatable if they were in their 30s. They were relatable if they were in their 40s.
I think they're definitely 20s, 30s.
I think they were 20s, 30s, definitely.
Because they're like post-college, working, things like that, in 20s, 30s.
Some of them were, I guess Ross was a doctor, right? Like he was an official doctor. So, that, it had years on him. But yeah, I think it was like late 20s, early 30s, something.
I mean, he was like a paleontologist or something.
That counts. Don't.
I mean, no, you work hard for that. You got to get a PhD.
You got to work hard for that.
Get a PhD, so you
don't play with dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's a great career.
It was a good show. It was a good.
No, it was. It was. I mean, and that's the crazy thing is like, it would make a guy, and I'm probably not the only one. In the past, you might refer back to stories and poems or things you read in a book or myth, stories of myth, relating the stories, and it's kind of a modern thing about how modern people live their lives and go through their things, and the situations they're in they're real. I mean, they can happen to people, but then they're made comedic, and maybe into the absurd, just like Seinfeld. Seinfeld was the great of bringing things into the absurd, but like George Costanza's fucking wallet with every fucking thing in there.
My pocket, is always bulging. I'm not gonna show you all the money I have in it.
Jesus, Costanza!
But
holy shit! That is a Costanza
wallet. It's a Costanza wallet, and I clean this out like once a month. I got just random papers in it.
What the fuck is in here?
I just, I got some lotto tickets. Hopefully, I haven't checked them yet. Hopefully, they hit. I hit 5. Why are you up in my shit?
No condoms.
Remember, I'm a hoe. We don't use condoms.
That's why he gets the clap. Just kidding. He's never had the clap. It's a rumor I started because it's funny.
He's just mean. It's
Yeah, just mean.
But yeah, look at it. It talks to you.
Holy shit, dude.
Womp, womp, womp.
But you put that in your front pocket.
Yeah, this is not going in the back.
No.
I would look like you if I put this in my back pocket.
Well, you should have been doing it.
Next to my pencil.
That is a Costanza fucking wallet.
I had to get the pencil. I had to get the pencil.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna try to sneak it in every now and then. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do something with that. I think that's got potential. I think the pencil's got legs.
Pencil's got legs.
The pencil.
You made it seem like it had a cape too. It was flying around like super pencil.
That was my best. Oh Jesus! Now
Was
my brain's
was that
gone.
your legs impression?
Legs?
What was that?
Kramer. That was
Oh,
That was my
that's
best
probably not
Kramer.
the one person you want to.
Oh, it's true. He's fucked up.
He
Fucking
kinda-
Kramer.
He kind of fucked up. Has he? Yeah, he didn't come back from
I don't know
that.
if he's come back.
I don't think he came back from that.
Hey, Kramer may have been one of the original persons canceled. He may have been
Oh,
one of the
my goodness,
first
he
people
might.
canceled for.
Do you remember him in UHF?
He was in UHF.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
You don't remember that?
With Weird Al?
With Weird Al.
Wow.
Yes, he was like,
We're old.
was he like the janitor, and then he got his own show. You know what I mean? We are old.
We're so old. I actually remember UHF television.
My goodness.
I remember that shit. Trying to like
Right?
get it. It's like snowy
we
static.
are
Holy
old.
crap. All right.
I think it's
Well,
that time.
that's the long ass show we just did.
Oh,
Hey.
we thought it was gonna be like 30 minutes.
We didn't do beer
long.
time. Let's get beer time
It's
going.
beer time.
Let's get this going.
So,
Beer
like
time.
we said, we were gonna bring it back to Dubtown. So today, we will be drinking on
Drinking
one
on.
of Dubtown's originals. It was one of the original beers, and it's been on hiatus for a while. Almost, it feels like a year. But this is one of, I think, honestly, I'm not a big IPA fan.
Okay.
But this is probably one of the best IPAs I think I've ever had. This is Fudor, spelled Pfudor. It's an acronym for Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows. So this is the Fudor at Dubtown. It got a little on you. Dubtown Brewing Company.
I just made that disturbing.
Renton,
Not really.
Washington. So, make your way on down. There you go.
Now, what's the story behind this? The name?
So, of course, I'm telling the story for him, but the brewer has two beautiful young daughters, and they went up to their dad and were like, as he's brewing and learning his craft, and was like, "Daddy, we want to name one of your beers or whatever beer he was working on." He was like, "Sure," and it happened to be, I guess, a YouTube song at the time, but it's Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows. So they came up to him and say, "This is what we want to name it." You know what he said? Okay. And it's been a hit ever since. Now, no one can see it. I would actually, can someone give me a glass real quick so I can kind of showcase it? It's a beautiful looking beer. It's one of those where it's not going to do it justice in a can because, you're not going to see many IPAs like this, like an actual glass. I want the audience to see the crisp beautifulness of Fudor. Not Hodor. Hold the door. But Fudor. So thank you. So here we go. Watch this. Ooh, look at that. And yes, I know you guys are admiring the pour. That's what I do. I'm good at my craft. Woo! Don't tell me that's not beautiful.
It's got a really interesting color. It's almost
Right?
a ruby. Has a
Right?
little
I'm not
rubiness
going
to
to
it.
throw out his ingredients because he's a master at his craft. But you cannot say that is not a beautiful beer. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. All right. There you
So
go.
cheers.
Well, episode
Enjoy.
7.
We did it again.
We did something.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Money.
We are so damn good at this. We're probably the best podcasters ever.
You just want more cake.
I'm gonna find out.
I don't know a lot about
Best
Gene
podcast in the world.
Money right there in the middle.
We are the best.
cakes.
So everyone that doesn't think so funny,
Here we go.
we are the best. And what do I like to say at the end?
We out this bitch. You like that?